Highly recommended. Give him a call to have him take care of your car at 775-813-2276.
Who's on the phone?
Well, let's go to third world country, actually. You know, where pavement ends and the dirt begins.
Oh, yeah.
The town whose motto is, huh? I'm talking about Silver Springs, Nevada. It's Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
What's up?
Hey, how is everybody this morning?
We're pretty good. How was all that excitement over the weekend with the carjacking and the sheriff shooting the guy, the carjacker?
You know what? I missed all that. We were out here with all our selling and everything going on, and we missed that. So I don't know exactly what happened on that ordeal there.
Yeah, it sounds like the guy was a loser on that one.
Boy, somebody was, huh? You know, things happen out here, and people forget it. That there's actually a community out here. It's like when something like that happens, everybody's all in shock and awe, so to speak. You know.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting that the guy would come from Reno to only get shot in Silver Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one thing it didn't happen. He didn't get shot on the sidewalk.
No, he did not.
Because there is none.
That's true. That would have been a real difficult task for anybody to do there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would have been a little tough.
Yeah. That's funny.
You know, I was doing a little research this morning, and there's a toxic bill that has, I don't know, it's been around since, I don't know, about 60, 70 years. And the bill itself was written specifically to hold companies liable for their products, i.e. Monsanto. Well, in the last session with Congress, when they pushed the DARK Act, what nobody caught, somebody inserted a paragraph into the DARK Act that removes any liability from Monsanto or any other chemical company in the United States if their products, especially untested products, have an adverse effect on people. So now it becomes really important that people get on that phone, call their senator, and say no on H.R. 1599 and the S-511 bills. These bills do nothing but afford these companies another layer of a protection and immunity, if you will, from liability for what their products do. And I just, you know, again, we have all these products in our food supply that, because policies have been rewritten, you know, again, Debbie Stabenow, she gets a $5,000 contribution. All of a sudden, she's putting Monsanto protection bills in play and trying to undo Vermont's law. And again, I don't understand, and I don't think that's going to hold constitutional muster, that any law infringes on states' rights. That's a direct violation of the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, that something like that. So, and, you know, I said it before and I'll say it again, it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. And especially once it gets into the Supreme Court. Now, they are talking, I heard scuttlebutt this morning on the Supreme Court. I can't pronounce his last name. S-H-I or Shry or something like that is the guy's name. He actually, Obama appointed him to the D.C. Circuit on the appellate court, so he is in the mix. There's conversations about him being nominated to the Supreme Court, and boy, I'll tell you what, the Senate would have a very difficult time saying no to that guy.
Why is that?
He already passed the D.C. District Circuit Court unanimously. I think it was it was there was no even discussion. They approved this guy immediately. He He's not a Catholic, and he's not Jewish. He's from India, and he's been a judge for quite some time, and he's kind of like Brian Sandoval, a middle-of-the-road guy. He's not, far left, far right, anything
coming
like
from
that.
Obama, that's not a bad thing then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was he was confirmed as a federal judge by the Senate in a non-election year, though. I mean,
Yeah.
and
yes.
a federal.
Well, you know what? And again, there's another thing. There is precedence for the election year appointments. If I'm not mistaken, Garfield did 4 of them. 4
yeah.
judges in his election year. But
there's
one-third of our presidents have put a justice up or had a Supreme Court nominee go up in an election year. So it's not like this is just something that's happened here. It's happened quite often in the history of the court.
Well, I don't think you've had the riff as you have right now between the parties for the confirmation process. I mean, the guy may have flown right through his Senate confirmation for a federal judge, but the Senate's pretty much said that they won't consider anyone. So, I guess we're going to have to wait until next year. We'll be without a Supreme Court justice.
Think, you know what? Regardless of what anybody wants to say, Obama has addressed that. My job doesn't stop because it's an election year.
No.
Until I'm voted out or my term expires, I will continue to do my job. And you know what? If he wants to push a button, he can push that button on the Senate and force them to do their job.
Well, he can nominate, and they can throw it into committee, and they can review, they can vet, they can do whatever they want to do, but they don't have to confirm. I mean, Obama can.
That's true.
Obama can nominate, but the Senate can hold this up as long as they choose to. That's just politics. That's what it is. It's happened to both sides. I mean, everyone talks about Joe Biden in '92, talking about blah blah blah. We should wait till after the election. What they don't do is they don't play Strom Thurmond's tape the same day in the same Senate chamber saying he's still the president today and he has every right to nominate. Blah 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 blah. So
yeah,
it's politics, plain and simple, and
unfortunately it is. And when it comes to the court, I'm sorry, but you got to set the politics aside when it comes to the court, because that is what's going to govern the country.
Well, you're supposed to. But I'll tell you one thing this has done. The Senate will not go into recess for more than 14 days. And 1/3 of those guys are up for re-election. They're going to have to stay there or make quick trips back to their home states to campaign.
You know what?
Because if they're gone for more than 14 days, Obama can appoint someone. Because the Senate's in recess.
And then the other thing on that, right along that line, I believe there's like 459 of the 525 things go up for the seats in Congress are up for a re-election too. So
the entire House of Representatives every 2 years, of course. But the Senate, where the confirmation process is held, 1/3 of those guys are up for re-election. And quite frankly, the Republican Party is concerned that with the nomination of a certain candidate, they may lose several seats, not just 1 or 2, but several in the Senate because of the backlash of the Trump campaign. So, I don't know how it's going to play out. I really don't know.
It's going to be interesting the next 6 months. I guarantee that.
We love it on. Personally, I love Donald Trump. I love the guy. I wish he would make a speech every day because we have so much fun with him. And I think he would.
You know what? He does provide a lot of fodder, doesn't he?
And I think he would appreciate that. I mean, if it were him talking about him, he'd probably do the same thing we're doing right now. So, what the heck? He's an unapologetic. He believes, sort of, kind of, maybe what he says, but he is who he is, and he does what he does, and like him or hate him, he's the Donald.
And with that, we should trump.
Yeah, and today it'll go a long way to determine who's doing what to who and when. So
Oh, this is the Super Tuesday thing, huh?
Super
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yep, it's today.
Or whatever they call it, yeah.
Super Gooper Day.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, Aaron. Well, let's get some contact information. How do we get a hold of you out there at Alladay?
775-230-9915 on the telephone quote. It's going to be a gorgeous day. We got sunshine out here already. www.Alladay LLC on the World Wide Web. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Aaron from Alladay LLC out in Silver Springs, Nevada. Call him. He's blowing everything out. Big savings out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go from Silver Springs, Nevada to Wall Street with an opening stock market report. We have Ken Roberts. Hey, Ken.
What?